Memecoin millionaires rely on speed. If you're trading in the trenches and you're still using a phantom wallet, you will lose money. These meme coins can fluctuate by millions of dollars in market cap in under a second if the volume is high enough. That's why your trading wallet needs to execute trades at light speed. In this video, I'm gonna show you everything you need to know about the fastest Solana trading bot available. The same trading bot that Memecoin millionaires swear by. It's called Nova, and this is the only Nova beginner's guide you will ever need to watch. I'm gonna show you exactly how to execute trades, how to set up your fees properly, how to keep your account safe, and every other trick that I've figured out myself after using Nova for the last few months. But if you stay until the end of this video, I will give you access to my advanced Nova training guide, which will not be released to the public. My name is Vic. I've been in the crypto trenches since 2020. I've worked with brands like Coinbase, Exodus, and nearly 100 more. And now I am partnered with Nova as well. And honestly, this has been my most requested video of all time. So let's jump into it. Nova itself is a Solana trading bot. It's also a Solana wallet. But the thing about Nova is that it is invite only, meaning you can't get access unless you have an invite code. Luckily, we just became best friends and I have you covered. You can access Nova right now and skip the wait list using the link in the description below. So once you click on the link and you have Telegram installed, you will land here. This is the Nova trading bot on Telegram. So I'll just go ahead and click start. And right here, we're gonna get access to our Solana wallet. We're also going to get access to our private key. And the private key is super important that you keep very safe, because if someone gets access to your private key, it's your username and password for your wallet on the blockchain. So now that we've backed up our private key, I will go to the Nova menu. So like I mentioned before, Nova is actually a wallet as well, and it's created its own Solana wallet for me by default. It's called it W1. Now I need to actually fund this wallet with Solana. And there's a few ways that I can do it, but I'm just gonna do it the very simple way for now that I recommend you follow as well. I will show you a more advanced way later in this video, so make sure you stick around until the end. But in this method, I'm just going to copy this wallet address over to my Phantom wallet and send myself 1 SOL. Always double check the wallet address that you copied over to your Phantom or your Coinbase or wherever you're sending from, because if you send it to the wrong address or something else in your clipboard, it's gone. So 1 SOL queued up in Phantom, sent off to Nova. So I'll bounce back over to Nova, I'll go down and I'll hit refresh. And if you see now, I have 1 SOL in my Nova wallet and I can get going. So before we get into like the nitty gritty, this is how you trade, these are all the tools, I wanna give you some best practices that a lot of people don't actually tell you to do. And you don't wanna be stuck in a sticky situation later and look back and kind of wish you did the things I'm gonna tell you to do right now. So this is some housekeeping we gotta get done. Pay attention, follow my instructions. I learned from experience. So what we're first going to do is we're going to right click on Nova here and we're going to pin it on our Telegram so it's always at the top, we can easily find it. Next, we wanna actually pin a backup bot as well. I am closest to the US, not Europe. You can see backup bots is right here. So I'm gonna click on US2, and this backup is the exact same wallet as my main Nova. So it's not like I have to re-import and use a different wallet. It's the exact same private key, but I'm also going to pin this one as well. And I can tell the difference between them. The main Nova has no American flag. The backup has an American flag. The reason it's important to pin a backup is because we are operating on Telegram, and sometimes Telegram itself can get bogged down with requests and it can freeze. So it's best to have a second version of Nova pinned in case you're in a trade and Telegram freezes and you need to swap over to the backup. This has saved me so many times. So if I ever need to return back to the start menu, I can just hit menu and start. I can also access a lot of different things here. So here is the settings panel. There are a bunch of different settings here that I'm gonna go over one by one for you. The main thing that people talk about is fees, and this is so important to get right. Now, there is no one size fits all for fees. It depends on a lot of different variables. First off, How much are you trading with? If you're only trading like 0.1 Solana per trade, you don't have a ton of capital to work with, you do not want standard fees. You want your fees to be super low. And in that case, you can go all the way down to 0.0001 per fee. And as you saw there, I just clicked on the fee that I wanted to change, and I just set it here within the message box. Traders with higher fees are going to get that trade in faster than you. So if you can go a little higher, that's better. It's just that these fees will eat away at your profit if you're trading with super low amounts. Now, let's say you're trading with 1 Solana, 2 Solana per trade. We can actually look at the recommended fees right here. And right now the recommended tip is 0.025. So I can hit buy tip, I can go 0.025 and set it to the recommendation. Now, in the case that a project has insane volume, like I'm talking $5 million, $10 million of volume on the 5 minute. We've seen this recently with multiple projects that have ran: the Central African Republic, Jailstool, Trump, Melania. All these projects had nutty volume. And because of that, the competition on the blockchain was way too high. In those scenarios, I'm going to be setting my buy fee to 0.1 or 0.2 because I want my buy to get in, and I'm also trading with like 5 SOL, 10 SOL per trade. This is a very extreme example. It's not going to be for every trader or every trade. This is only if you're on a monster project that has monster volume and you have the weight to throw around. But typically, my buy fee is probably going to be 0.01, and I'll match the tip to whatever's recommended. And I'll also apply those same fees on the other side as well. Again, there is no right or wrong answer. It's very dependent on the project and you. So I'll go back to settings, and I want to talk about slippage. Slippage is the amount you're allowing the price you're buying or selling into to slide because the price is changing so much. On a lower volume project, something that's getting like $5,000 to $10,000 in volume on the 5 minute, you can have your slippage pretty low. However, again, when you're dealing with something much higher volume, I personally crank my slippage because I want to get in. Now, I'm able to crank my slippage because Nova has MEV protection built in. I'll get into that in just a minute. But typically on the lower end of slippage, this is if a project is super chill and you can easily buy and sell, I would change my slippage to about 15% on the buy side, and I would change my sell slippage to about 30%. The reason I want my sell slippage to be higher than my buy slippage is because I want to make sure I get out of a project when I want to get out. It's more important that I sell at the right time than I buy at the right time. If my buy doesn't go through, the worst thing that can happen is I miss out on an opportunity. But if my sell doesn't go through, the worst thing that can happen is I lose my entire investment. So I put more priority on selling. Now, again, if the volume is crazy and I'm trying to get in, I will literally go 80%. Even sometimes 100% slippage, which I know sounds ridiculous, but with MEV protection, I'm not going to get MEV'd. Like this will not eat my entire investment. But 100% is very rare. Even on a more aggressive project, I'm more so looking at like 50% buy slippage and then an 80% sell slippage. So back over to settings, I want to talk about MEV protection because I've already touched on it a couple times, but I didn't really get into what it means. So a MEV attack is essentially when an attacker, like a bot, identifies your trade on the blockchain coming from a slower execution source. What they do is they essentially see your trade coming down the line and they butt the line in front of you with a much higher value, basically stealing that buy opportunity from you, only to turn around on your trade and then crank the price up, essentially draining you of most of the liquidity you're putting into the trade. If you've ever invested like $100 into a token and then you only got $50 of it, you got MEV attacked. So Nova actually has MEV protection built right in. I keep it set on, and I just have my processor set to JITO for both buy and sell. So I'm gonna actually skip over the presets section in the settings. This is more advanced and it will be a part of my advanced tutorial that I will not have available to the public. And I'll tell you exactly how to get access to it at the end of this video. But the wallets section is actually very important. So Let's take a look. Nova is not just a trading bot, it's actually a wallet, but you can have multiple wallets and you can connect other wallets like your Phantom to Nova, so you're pulling funds from your Phantom wallet to trade on Nova without doing the whole sending thing that I showed you before. And that's all done through the private key that we looked at the start of the video. So if you export your private key from Phantom and you bring it over to Nova, you can go to import wallet right here and then just name the wallet. So we'll call it Phantom, and then you would import the private key. I'm not gonna do that right now, but it's very easy to set up. You can also easily create a new wallet right on Nova for whatever reason you want. I like to have a wallet in Nova strictly for my referrals and then one for my trading. You can actually make a ton of money off of referrals with Nova, but I'll talk about that later. So how we create a new wallet is very easy. Obviously hit create wallet. We'll name the new wallet Nova 2. Hit enter. I got a new set of private keys and that's it. I hit back and now I have my W1 and I have Nova 2. And you might be wondering, okay, let's say I just did 1,000x on this coin and I made $1 million. How do I get that money out of Nova? Well, that's going to be done through the withdrawal feature right here. So we will hit withdraw. I'll pick the wallet that I want to withdraw from. So the only wallet with money in it is my W1. I have 1 SOL in my W1 wallet, but I actually can't send the whole 1 SOL. I need money for fees. So what I'm going to do is 0.9 instead. And then I would just paste the wallet address that I want to send to. This can be like a Coinbase wallet or your Phantom. And again, make sure you double check, because if you send it to the wrong address, it's gone, bro. There's no customer support for the blockchain. Lastly, within our wallet's settings, I need to set up a security pin. The security pin for your Nova wallet is crucial because Telegram can get hacked. Like, my Telegram has actually been hacked before in the past. And luckily, I didn't have any Telegram wallets at the time. This is a few years ago. But I see people in the chat, they get hacked here and there because scammers are crazy right now. So setting up a security pin in your Nova wallet restricts anyone that might have accessed your Telegram from moving funds around within your wallet. Do not skip this step. To do that, I will set a security pin right here. I'll just set a very sophisticated pin that no one will ever figure out real quick. It'll make me confirm it. It will also have me set up a recovery email, which I definitely recommend. So once our wallets are all sorted out of the way, you've set up a security pin, we'll go back to the settings panel. And this is where we're going to set our quick buy and our quick sell amounts. Now, this again is going to be different for everybody. These are going to be the presets that you create for when you have a contract address loaded in Nova and you're ready to buy. You want to know the amounts that you are commonly buying, and you want to have those presets set up in advance. So I'm going to click quick buy within my settings panel. So let's say 0.5 is maybe a little too high for me. I can click that and I can switch this over to 0.1. But let's say 10 SOL is a little too low for me. I can click that and I can set it to 50 SOL. In terms of auto sell on dev sell and take profit and stop loss, I'm not really going to cover those in this video. That's more for the advanced tutorial coming later. Back in the Nova settings, we can do the exact same thing with quick sell. Now, what I commonly see is a 10% sell instead of a 25% sell. So you can clip smaller amounts on the way up if you're in a project that's just running. But typically 10 to 25%, 50%, and 100% are standard. I would just leave them as is. I want to get into actually buying a token and show you how fast this thing is. And all you need in order to buy a meme coin on Nova is the Memecoin's Solana contract address. So you can be on any page in Nova. It doesn't matter whether you're in settings or start menu, and you can just paste in a contract address like that. I've used the contract address for MLG, and you can see this is the buy panel that allows us to quickly and easily buy tokens like in one click. Just starting from top to bottom, we have the ticker name just to make sure that the contract address you just pasted in is actually the one that you want to buy. I have accidentally in the past, honestly, kind of recently on my laptop, thought I copied a contract address, and then I went and pasted and I bought it and it was the wrong damn contract address, and I literally missed like a 20x. I don't want to talk about it. So we have the ticker, the name of the token, and the market cap, which is pretty important. We do want to be paying attention to this while we're in the trade. We can easily refresh and get a more up-to-date market cap. As you see, it just changed. Now, refreshing on Nova is a double-edged sword. The price on Nova is going to be the most accurate. It's literally like half a second faster than BullX, than Axiom, like 5 to 10 seconds earlier than Dex Screener. Literally, Dex Screener is so slow, it's crazy. So I, at one point, was spamming the refresh button to get my price, which was nice. But what I learned after doing that for a couple weeks is that you are flooding Telegram with requests, and Nova is more likely to freeze if you do that. So I was like, why is Nova freezing? It's because I was spamming refresh over and over and over to see the price, to be the first person to exit if I got like a God candle. But just be very mindful about refreshing too often. That's one warning that I'll give you. And then we have some of the contract attributes. This contract address has been renounced. It's what we want. We don't want the dev to be able to change anything. There's no ability for the dev to freeze wallets, so this is not a honeypot. And there's no ability for the dev to mint more tokens. We want all three of these to be green, or you do not want to buy. So scrolling down, we got our options on the buy panel. We can see all of the positions that we're in. Right now, we're not in any, but if I click that, it will just list them out. So here we can change the wallet. I have it set to W1 because that's our default wallet. If I want to set it to that second wallet I made, I can change it here. Multi-buy, limit order, and sniper, I'm going to skip over and cover this in my advanced tutorial. Now we get into our actual buy presets, which we already set up. As you remember, I switched to 0.5 to 0.1. You can see that here. And if I click these, it'll instantly buy. So let's buy 0.1 SOL of MLG. I'll hit that. And that's it. It is literally that. We literally got in that fast. And that's why we use Nova. I clicked the button and genuinely less than 1 second later, I was in the trade confirmed. And you can see here, we have our wallet, our balance showing how much SOL we actually have still in the trade with a dollar value, our profit based off of how much we originally put in and a percentage. And then we have the average entry market cap. This is the market cap that you bought in on average. So if you did it twice, once at 100K, once at 50K, it would just meet in the middle. I think that's 75K average. And if I scroll down lower, I have my sell panel. So this is like the opposite of the buy panel, but still I have the same options available. Now, if I have multiple wallets holding this token, I can click sell all wallets and it will just empty all of the wallets in one click, which is how people rug, by the way. I can change my MEV protection settings, my slippage. If this thing just completely went to zero, or I just wanted to forget that I have it for a moon bag, I can hit hide position here and it will remove it from my positions on Nova. So let's hit refresh and I'm cool with that. So I'm just gonna trigger 100% sell. I can choose 50%, 10%, or amount of Solana that I wanna sell, but I'm just gonna do 100% and it's gone, I'm out. Now, one of the things I really love about Nova is their P&L statements after you get out of a trade, especially if it's like a 3X or 4X or 10X. It just looks so fire. Okay, so those are the core functions of the Nova bot on Telegram. But now I wanna show you something a little more advanced that allows you to use Nova on any DEX with one click. This is done through a Chrome browser extension made by the Nova team called Nova Click. And this is what the millionaire meme coin traders are using when you see them on stream, clicking on BullX or Axiom or whatever they're using and triggering Nova in the back end. Now, Nova Click and BullX, for example, have butt heads quite a bit. BullX doesn't like Nova Click, so it's pretty much restricted the use of it. Nova has created a ton of different workarounds. They're always kind of patching this fix from BullX. Aside from getting too deep into that conversation, I wanna show you Axiom, which I'm temporarily using instead of BullX because it just works with NovaClick and it's honestly way cleaner than BullX. But Nova is planning to release its own web app. I'm waiting for that, and then I'll ditch Axiom and I'll be all in on Nova. So this is the Nova documentation, which I'll also link below. If there are different updates or this method becomes outdated, you can find the up-to-date documentation and just follow that. But in order to use this current workaround, we actually need to download the NovaClick extension separately from the Chrome App Store. So I'll click this link here to download the file. It's a zip file, so I'll need to extract this folder to my downloads. Once I've done that, I go to the next step, which is accessing this slug right here in my Chrome browser. So once I do that, I need to make sure that this developer mode is triggered on. And then I will go up to the top where it says load unpacked. I'll click on that. I'll go inside of my main NovaClick folder. And then within that main one, there should be a sub NovaClick folder. And I'll have to use that folder, select folder. And you can see extension loaded. So here is the NovaClick extension. I've added it to Chrome. I use Brave, which is Chromium. It's the same thing. And then I'm going to go up to this little puzzle piece on Brave or Chrome, and I'm going to scroll down to Nova extension, and I'm going to hit the little pin sign, and that's going to pin it up here. So next I'm going to head over to Axiom.trade. If you don't have an Axiom account, it's completely free. Again, it's invite only. Have a code below. You can use it and get access, but this will allow me to trade with NovaClick without the headaches that BullX is giving everybody. I'm gonna go back over to the documentation that I was walking through before, and I'm gonna hit this open link setting up the extension. It's going to bring me over to this web page here. I'm going to go ahead and hit connect my Telegram in the top right-hand corner. This message will be triggered automatically on Telegram. It's going to generate a unique link for me to click. I'll open that and then I'll check connection, and it says we're all ready to go. So bouncing back over to Axiom, we'll click the NovaClick icon at the top and hit enable. I can actually set the buy and sell presets like I did before. I'm just gonna change this 0.5 to 0.1 just so we can run a little test risk-free. And using Axiom, I can just pick something that's trending. So NovaClick has this buy panel. We can move around and we can kind of customize and change our fees within it. Or I can use the buy and sell buttons right up at the top, which are also NovaClick. So let's say I wanna buy this token, I hit 0.1 and I just bought 0.1 of it. Literally just like that, it's done. Bouncing back over to Telegram really quick, you can see that the buy happened on the back end when I clicked. It went through here, it confirmed right away. And using this panel here or this panel here, I can sell 100% just like that. So as you can see, not only do we have Nova set up on Telegram to use in the most effective manner, we can also use NovaClick to be super fast. Now, the last thing that I wanna cover is referrals. If you have a network of friends that are trading or interested in it, or you have an audience, you can earn income by being an affiliate of Nova, and everybody has access to this. So Nova itself as a bot makes its money by taking a 1% fee on all trading activity. If you refer someone, you will make 30% of that 1% fee. If you refer a few hundred people, you can make 1 to 3 SOL a day, and you have access to it by using Nova. Let me show you. So from the start menu in Nova, we'll go over to referrals, and it's going to have me follow Nova and retweet this tweet. And then once I do that, I can hit continue. And here's the referral panel built right into Nova. And your referral link is right here. So you can just click it and share it with your friends. And if you get them onboarded to Nova, you will make money when they trade. So go ahead and set up your rewards wallet just by clicking that. I'm gonna choose wallet 1. And now all of my rewards are paid out to me every 24 to 48 hours in SOL directly into my Nova wallet. It's amazing. So that covers this full beginner's guide. And that's not even all of it. I'm actually working right now on creating an advanced guide, and I will be releasing it exclusively to my Telegram community. This will not be a publicly listed video. This will be an unlisted video. You have to be a part of my Telegram community in order to get access to it, which is completely free, by the way. I don't charge for Telegram. I don't charge for a course. I have no mastermind. I'm not selling you anything. I'm also not planning on making a coin. I am here to provide you value through content like this, through content on my Telegram. And we also have an insane group chat with almost 4,000 people in it. If you're not a part of my Telegram, join right now for free. If you don't have Nova yet, what are you doing? Get Nova. And as always, guys, stay safe in the trenches.